Welcome, for those of you tuning in, to Andreeva against Siniakova, and it is Andreeva in a spot of bother already at the beginning of this match. She's going to have to fend off 2 break points. Draper consolidates, by the way. 2-love, he leads. Three matches on the singles side currently underway. We have Draper leading 2-love over Cerundolo. Hijikata and Bublik are 3-all. Andreeva has just saved the first of those break points, so 30-40. For those of you just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Turn that music off now. Siniakova gets the break. So she draws first blood already, just like Jack Draper did against Cerundolo. Draper and Siniakova have broken their opponent's serve in the opening game of the match. And Draper has consolidated. Now, Siniakova and Andreeva will change ends. Can Siniakova, like Jack Draper, consolidate the break too? Of course, Jack Draper is the defending champion here. Mirra Andreeva is also the defending champion on the WTA side. So we've got 2 defending champions in action right now on courts 1 and 2. Hijikata with 2 game points to get to 4-3. Cerundolo here, 30-love. Do let me know in the live chat who you think is winning the tournament in Indian Wells. Also hit the like button. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. 3 game points here for Cerundolo, by the way. Backhand into the forehand of Fran. Fran going up to the forehand of Jack Draper. By the way, that running forehand from Jack is something that's definitely improved in his game over the last couple of years. 2-1 Draper leads. Because Fran Cerundolo has held serve for the first time in the match. Got broken early doors. So 2-1, change of ends. In what I think was a very finely balanced match, but Draper has got the early break. We will have a watch-along for Iga Swiatek against Maria Sakkari. That will take place on Stadium 1 at the conclusion of Mirra, Andreeva and Siniakova. Talking of which, Siniakova here, 1-love, but 30 all on her serve as she seeks to consolidate that early break, the Czech, over the defending champion. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, who is going to win, Draper or Cerundolo? Just write D and then hit return if you think it's Draper. If you think Cerundolo's winning, hit C and then hit return. Also in the live chat, if you think Mirra Andreeva is going to win, hit A and then hit return. If you think it's going to be Siniakova, write S and hit return. A little bit of agility there. Do hit the like button, by the way. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. I see a British flag there in the crowd cheering on Jack Draper. First serve in from Draper, and it's an ace, 15-love. Deuce between Siniakova and Andreeva. You don't think Andreeva was going to give up her title that easily, did you? Oh, Bublik, 15-30 on his serve. Draper's raced into a 40-love lead here, by the way, to get to 3-1. In fact, 3-1 it is indeed for the Brit. So, Fran Cerundolo to serve at 1-3. Casper Ruud up against Vacherot today, by the way. I think that's a finely balanced one. I might just lean Casper, but I don't think any result really would surprise me that much. Miss-hit return there from Draper, but it does land in. Backhand from Cerundolo to the forehand of Jack Draper. And that shot from Cerundolo is going to go long. And so it is love 30 here on the Fran Cerundolo serve. Okay, Cerundolo on the forehand. And that's going to go long as well. So 3 break points here for Jack Draper to go up a double break on Fran. But he has saved the first of those break points. $15.40. Is he going to save the second one? Backhand from Draper. Clips the net. Bit lucky there for Jack. Nice forehand winner there for Fran. 30-40. And he saved another one to get to deuce. Meanwhile, Siniakova's consolidated that break, and Andreeva is down. Love 30. Well, well, well. We will have a watch along for Casper Ruud against Valentin Vachereau as well. Cerundolo's won 4 points in a row, so he's now got a game point. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, where are you tuning in from? I'd love to know. Can Cerundolo hold serve here? Be a decent hold, obviously, having to fend off those 3 break points. But I think it might be a double fault, so we're back to deuce. Cerundolo here serving at deuce. It's a good serve down the tee, but Draper's got it back in play. Draper a bit lucky there again with a forehand that wasn't very cleanly hit. But we are into the rally right now, and it is Cerundolo's forehand that breaks down. No hint of an apology there from Drac, but anyway, break point for Fran Cerundolo. But he's going to save it, deuce. Are we going to get another? Oh, wonderful backhand there from Fran Cerundolo cross court. Draper on the full stretch, but he can't get to it. And so we've got a game point once again for Fran Cerundolo. He has saved 3 break points, don't forget, in this game. Yeah, so we will have watch-alongs as well for Casper Ruud against Valentin Vachereau and Iga Swiatek against Maria Sakkari. Cerundolo Draper at deuce. Once again, Cerundolo really being made to work for this hold. Are we going to get another break point? We are going to get another break point for Jack Draper. Excuse me. So, break point here for Jack Draper. Where are you going to go with this? Forehand return. Cerundolo down the line. Draper, though, defending pretty well. Draper on the forehand now. On the forehand of Cerundolo. Good depth there from Fran. But decent depth as well from Draper. Backhand now into the forehand of Draper. Down the line. Backhand cross court from Draper. Is that going to go long? No. Yes, it is. Yeah, deuce. Meanwhile, we have a double break advantage for Kateřina Siniaková over Mirra Andreeva. Are we going to get another upset today? I think it's fair to say that de Minaur losing in straight sets to Cam Norrie is a little bit of an upset. Jessica Pegula survived a scare. She was down a set and a break in her encounter to Ostapenko. Nice forehand there from Cerundolo, but defended pretty well by Draper. And in fact, that forehand's going to break down from Cerundolo as he goes wide. So it's another break point here for Jack Draper. And the forehand goes into the net from Cerundolo. We're up. We've got a double break advantage now for Jack Draper. Meanwhile, Bublik serving at 4-5. He has a game point. So we have double break advantages for Jack Draper and Siniaková. Kateřina Siniaková up 3-love with a double break over Mirra Andreeva. Jack Draper leads Fran Cerundolo with a double break and 4-1. Remind you that there were wins for Djokovic, Pegula, Cam Norrie, and Karolina Muchova already today. All of these matches you can see on the screen are the live ones. We've got Opelka and Sinner pairing up in the doubles, but they are down a set and a break to Granollers and Zeballos. Also got Felix Auger-Aliassime and Sebi Korda up against Melo and Zverev. So plenty of big names on the doubles Indian Wells roster. Order of play today, we'll see Sakkari and Swiatek take the court once Andreeva and Siniakova are done. Mickelson and Fritz will take the court when Cerundolo and Draper are done, and Vacherot and Casper Ruud will take the court when Bublik and Hijikata are done. Four-one, 15-love here for Jack Draper. $15 all. 30 all here on the Draper serve. So he looks to consolidate this double break advantage that he holds, the defending champion. At least Mertens and Belinda Bencic will be on court shortly. Baseline points won in this match so far, 17 for Jack Draper and just 7 for Fran Cerundolo. Okay, let's have a quick look at the state of play. Forehand winner there from Draper. And he's held for 5-1. So, big style Jack Draper up here in what I thought was going to be a very tricky match for the defending champion. But thus far, he's making pretty quick work of this first set at least anyway. Good forehand there from Cerundolo. Cerundolo comes into the net and Draper tries to pass but fails. So 15 love. Hello, Derek. Watching from Trinidad. Wonderful to have you on board. Hit that like button, by the way, Derek. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. I hadn't noticed the drop in form. I mean, didn't Cerundolo win in Buenos Aires recently? So, I mean, to win that title in your homeland in straight sets over a formidable opponent in the form of Darderi, I wouldn't say he's in that bad a form. And plus his pedigree in the desert, or I should say, across these two tournaments is pretty good. Certainly in Miami, he's done very well in the past. And obviously a 250 is not huge for all the players on the tour, but Cerundolo, I mean, given the importance that's obviously there for an Argentinian in his homeland, but that backhand into the net is not going to help. 15-30. Mirra Andreeva's got one of the breaks back on Siniakova. So it is 3-2 now. Back-to-back wins there in terms of the games for Mirra. Hijikata and Bublik are still on serve. 5-all, 40-15 for the Australian. Draper here is close to winning this first set. And in fact, there's going to be a forehand error there from Cerundolo. Lost his balance a bit. And we've got 2 set points for Jack Draper. 15-40. Okay, backhand cross court from Cerundolo goes into the net. 6-1. Jack Draper gets that first set wrapped up pretty quickly. That was a swift first set. 32 minutes. 3 breaks of serve. Cerundolo just held once across his 4 service games. And as a result, Draper's going to serve first in the second set. Siniakova serving 3-2, 15 all. Hijikata does indeed hold Regarding the stats from that first set, Draper performance rating 8.3 compared to Cerundolo 6.7. Draper, 41% of his serves unreturned. And he also got 75% of his first serves in and won a whopping 93% of his first serves. And he didn't win any of his second serves. How about that? Curious, no? Both pretty good at the net. Cerundolo 4 from 4, Draper 2 from 3. And in terms of off the ground, just 5 unforced errors from Draper in that first set. Alex Michelsen, of course, going to be coming up against Taylor Fritz shortly. That match will be on Stadium 2, so I think it might be coming up after this one. This one's on Stadium 2 as well, so it's the next match on this stadium. And who knows, if Draper can race through the next set, then Michelsen and Taylor Fritz will be on the court sooner than you think. Okay, so Draper wraps up that first set in 32 minutes, 6-1, and he's going to serve now to commence the second set. And Cerundolo wins the first point here on the Draper serve, so it is love 15. Serves down the tee, forehand return, those two good. That's for serve from Draper. The first serves from him today have been awesome. So 30-15 here for Draper. He's on the defense here, but he's defending really well today. The depth there from Cerundolo. But look at this. And I think he's got a bit lucky there with that volley, has Cerundolo. 30 all. Does Michelsen have a chance against Taylor Fritz, do we think? Taylor Fritz, of course, also a former champion. I say also because Cam Noy, a former champion, he won his match over Alex de Minaur in straight sets today. Maybe I was a bit harsh regarding that volley because that wasn't too bad from Cerundolo. Cerundolo's been pretty good at the net today, despite being well down in this match. A forehand here goes long from Draper, and it's going to be 30-40. Good serve. No, he's just missed that first serve, has Draper. So this is good news for Cerundolo. Great serve out wide, considering that was a second serve. But Draper dumps the backhand in the net. And we've got an early break here for Cerundolo. 1-love, he leads. Excellent start for Cerundolo in this second set. Just what the doctor ordered. So 1-love, he leads at the beginning of this set. What's going on between Bublik and Hijikata? Are they into a tiebreak? Yes, they are. Bublik serving 2-3 in this tiebreak. Forehand return from Hijikata. Now on the forehand of Hijikata into the backhand of Bublik. Bublik there with good depth, but Hijikata deals with it. He can't deal with that forehand. 3-all, change of ends. So 3-all, change of ends. 52 minutes. Bublik, where are you going with this serve? Clip the net. So it's still going to be another first serve. Hijikata here, 3-4. Becomes 5-3 now because Bublik has a mini break advantage. Nice passing shot. Hijikata at the net there. So the favourite in this particular encounter is up a mini break in this tie break. Second serve as well for Bublik to look at here. Can he set himself up with 3 set points? Forehand return. Now on the forehand of Hijikata. Backhand from Bublik into the forehand of Hijikata. Forehand now from Bublik is decent. Got decent depth. Hijikata can't deal with it. It is indeed going to be 3 set points. And the first 2 will be on the Bublik serve. Bublik serves, unreturned. He wins the first set by 7-6. Jack Draper and Cerundolo, meanwhile. Cerundolo consolidated to lead 2-love, but Draper is up 40-love here on his serve. Let's have a quick dip into the match between Mirra Andreeva and Kateřina Siniaková. They are at the change of ends. And it is Siniaková who still leads with that break, 4-3. Andreeva talks to the umpire about something there. I don't know what exactly. Excuse me. Okay. Cerundolo, they're not looking very happy, but he's got to be happier than he was after losing that first set in a pretty dispiriting manner by 6-1. What do we think about Alex Ayala's chances against Noskova? It's pretty much a 50-50, I think. Okay, Siniakova here serving 4-3, but it is love 15. She was a double breakup. It's just the one break of serve advantage now that she has. Cerundolo has a break of serve advantage in the second set, having lost the first by 6-1 against Jack Draper. And it's love 30 here on the Siniakova serve. So Andreeva applying some pressure now, really, to Kateřina Siniakova. They're into the rally here, exchanging forehands. Now it's a forehand slice from Siniakova. Siniakova, of course, excellent doubles pedigree, but less so in the singles. Backhand here, defensive shot from Siniakova. Forehand from into the forehand there. Cross court from Mirra Andreeva, but Siniakova still fighting. Excellent forehand there. Andreeva struggles to defend this, but it's going to land in, so we're still in the rally. And Kateřina Siniakova's forehand breaks down. Love 40. Break points. Bencic and Mertens, by the way, are warming up. Oh, who's he playing doubles with? I didn't even know he was in the doubles. Who's he playing doubles alongside, Matthew? Hello, it's Jones V9Y. Hey, Talking Tennis, you think Rinky would get 2 break points? Well, he's lost the first set. Do you mean he's going to break serve twice? Because I'm not quite sure I understand your question otherwise. Oh, Draper gets the break back. 2 games all. So they are back on serve, and so are Siniakova and Mirra Andreeva. Mirra Andreeva was down a double break. And it's Andreeva serving here at 15 love. Playing alongside in the doubles. Bublik and Hijikata are one game all. Bencic and Mertens are warming up. Okay. Draper's held for 3-2. Was down 2 love, so 3 games in a row for the Brit. Change of ends. Mino Andreeva 4 all, 30-15. Yes, it is. 41 minutes on the clock there. Forty 15 now for Mino Andreeva. So 2 game points for her to get to 5-4. Welcome to those of you who are tuning in for Elise Mertens against Belinda Bencic. They're just warming up at the moment, so I'm going to keep you up to date with all the other matches that are going on. Those matches are Mirra Andreeva, 4 all with Siniakova in the first set, but Mirra was down a double break. Alexander Bublik has won the first set on a tiebreak over Rinky Hijikata. They're 1 all in the second. And Cerundolo and Draper were on serve in the second set. Draper won the first set by 6 games to 1. So that has bringing you up to date with all things singles. Okay, Cerundolo here serving at 2-3. Manu Andreeva has held, by the way. And Mertens and Bencic are underway. Bencic serving first. It's love 15. Mino Andreeva 5-4. She leads Siniakova now. They're on serve, but it was a double break advantage Siniakova had at 2 love. Has Cerundolo missed that forehand? Yeah, I think he has. That's 15 all. Someone here hoping for a Hijikata break back. Yeah, let me know in the live chat. Who's Novak Djokovic playing his doubles alongside? Some big forehands there from Cerundolo, and he gets to 40-15. Siniakova now serving to stay in the first set. 3-all. Cerundolo holds. Subscribers. Unreturned serve there from Draper, so it's 15 love. Siniakova here under pressure, 15 all on her serve, serving to stay in the first set. If you hit subscribe, you'll see this number tick over, by the way, which is pretty cool. And you'll know that was you who made that difference. Siniakova here under pressure. Clenched fist for Mirra. Andreeva tells you that it's 15-30. Unreturned serve for Draper, 30 love. Break point for Mertens on the Bencic serve, by the way. And we're going to have 2 set points now for Mirra Andreeva, the defending champion, just like Jack Draper is trying to seal the first set. Look at Siniakova there, looking a pretty frustrated figure. Of course, she was up 3 love with a double break in this set. Draper holds for 4-3. Good return there. A good serve from Siniakova. And she wins that point. So one of the set points has been saved, 30-40. But she's going to have to save another one. And Andreeva wins the set. There's a smile from Siniakova, but inside he must be hurt. knowing that she was up a double break. Painful set to lose that. Yeah, I would like to know who Novak Djokovic is supposed to be playing this evening, by the way. Hopefully my microphone will work a bit better now. Siniakova, by the way, is broken in the first game of this set. Let me know, does my microphone work a little bit better now? TNG antisocial. Let me know. Drop shot there. It's not going to work, that one from Draper. Nor's that passing shot. So 15-40 now. 2 break points for Fran Cerundolo. How significant could this be? Okay, we're into the rally here. Draper here trying to save one of these break points. Backhand from Draper into the forehand of Cerundolo. Forehand from Draper goes into the net. Cerundolo apologizes. I think there might have been a mishit in that rally. But either way, he breaks. 5-4 he leads. And when they return to the court, he will serve for the second set. He was up an early break, Fran, but that was quickly ceded. Can he now consolidate this break and win the first set? Do let me know, TNG antisocial. Let me know if the microphone is maybe working a bit better now. Fingers crossed it is. Let me know in the live chat. Who is winning? Andreeva, hit A. Siniakova, hit S. Let me know. Who you think is winning the match? Bublik and Hijikata on serve in the second set. Bencic, by the way, leads Mertens by a break. 2-love. It was Mertens who had an early break point opportunity on the Bencic serve, but wasn't able to take it. Bencic eventually holding. Then Bencic holds serve for 2-love, by the way. Sorry. Then Bencic goes and breaks Mertens for 2-love. And now she's looking to consolidate that break, and she's serving 2-love, 15-love. If you're just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Yeah, so hit A for Andreeva or S for Siniakova, depending on who you think will win. Siniakova here at deuce on her serve as she looks to consolidate that early break. Bencic has 3 game points, by the way, for 3-love. Oh, we've got the order of play out for tomorrow. And Alex Ialo is on last on the Stadium 1 court. So 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Pacific time. Say 8 p.m. there, which will be about, yeah. That's the order of play for tomorrow. First up will be Sabalenka Osaka on Stadium 1. First up on Stadium 2 will be Feast against Felix. Eight matches on the singles side tomorrow. All of these round of 16 clashes, of course. Lerner Tien, by the way, good win for him yesterday over fellow lefty Ben Shelton in 3 sets. Do let me know in the live chat, by the way, who you think is going to win. Derek here thinks Mirra Andreeva will win this match. I think he might be right. And she's just broken back, by the way, for 1 game all. Once again, down a break, but she manages to retrieve that. She was actually down a double break in the first set. By the way, we've got some break points here for Jack Draper. Franz Underl is serving for the second set, 15-40. Serves out wide, backhand return from Draper. It's going to be a second serve for Draper to look at. So 15-40 here. Franz serving for the set. Forehand return from Draper. Unbelievable topspin that he gets on both sides, particularly the forehand. That's a good backhand from Cerundolo, and Draper just can't quite deal with it. It was actually good defense from Draper to get his racket on it, but in the end it went just long. So 30-40. Meanwhile, Hijikata under pressure on his serve. 2-3, deuce. Bencic did indeed consolidate, so she's up 3-love on Mertens. And Siniakova and Andreeva are on serve. Breakpoint number 2 here for Jack Draper on the Cerundolo serve. 30-40. Where are you going with this serve? Down the tee, but you're going to miss the first serve. So a second serve for Jack Draper to look at as he looks to get this second set back on serve. 5-4, Cerundolo serving. Down the tee. Hell of a kick on that one. Forehand now into the forehand of Draper. Backhand cross court from Cerundolo. Backhand now into the forehand of Draper once again. Draper going big on that forehand, and Cerundolo can't deal with it. Draper's super happy with that. 5-all. So they are back on serve. Cerundolo was serving for the second set, 1 hour and 8 minutes on the clock, but he's not able to serve it out. Mirra Andreeva was down an early break, but she's got it back to 1 game all and leads 30-15 on her serve. Game point for Hijikata, 2-3 in that particular match on Stadium 3, and Mertens is serving at love 330 all against Belinda Bencic. That is bringing you up to date with all things tennis from Indian Wells. Do let me know in the live chat, by the way, who's winning. Who do you think will win this match, Andreeva or Siniakova? Just write an A in the live chat and click return, or an S if you think Siniakova is winning. Also, let me know if you can hear me okay. I think there's been one or two issues with our audio today. Andreeva here serving at 30 all, by the way, and Jack Draper is 15 all on his serve at 5 all. Hijikata is held for 3 all. He is, of course, down a set, having lost the first set on a tiebreak. There was a good return of serve then from Fran to get us to 15 all. Mertens has a game point to get her first game on the board. Okay, forehand here from Draper into the forehand of Fran Cerundolo. Backhand Draper cross court. Forehand Cerundolo also into the backhand of Draper. Draper's going to miss that backhand cross court. So 15-30. Jack Draper, defending champion, leads Fran Cerundolo by 1 set to love. Mirra Andreeva, defending champion, leads Kateřina Siniakova by a set to love. Mertens is on the board. She holds, but she is down 3-1 in the first set to Belinda Bencic. Jack Draper up the line there to the backhand of Fran Cerundolo. Backhand Cerundolo to the forehand of Draper. That forehand, I think, used to be a weakness for Jack, but I think it's a bit of a strength these days. Draper goes long on the forehand there, though, but he was on the defense, so I think you could almost call that a forced error on the forehand side, just as I was bigging up his forehand. And it is 2 break points for the Argentinian. Excuse me. Once Andreeva and Siniakova has finished, we will have Sakari against Swiatek, and I will be bringing you commentary of that match. The first of these break points by Draper has been saved. Oh, Djokovic is playing alongside Tsitsipas. I didn't know that. Wow. Draper saves another break point, gets us to deuce. Wonderful to have 40 of you watching this Andreeva Siniakova match. I want to know in the live chat who you think is winning the match. Draper comes in for a serve volley. It should help him win the point, and it does. Game point, Jack Draper for 6-5. If he was to win this next point, when they return to the court, Fran Cerundolo would be serving to stay in the match. And he does win this next point. So, Fran Cerundolo from 5-4 serving for it. He is now down 6-5 in this second set. Yeah, let me know in the live chat. Who's going to win, Draper or Cerundolo? Yeah, how about that? Djokovic and Tsitsipas are playing doubles alongside each other. I didn't even know they got on that well. Oh, well. Derek here thinks Mirra Andreeva will win. Renki, Hijikata and Bublik are on serve in their second set. We've not had any breaks of serve in that match. The first set went to a tiebreak, won by Bublik by 7 points to 3. Bencic hit 3-1, 40-30. This service game for Mirra Andreeva, by the way, is lasting a pretty long time. Plenty of Brits out in support of Jack Draper today. An hour and 13 minutes on the clock for Stadium 2. Mirra Andreeva, the defending champion, is going to have to save a break point here at 1-game-all. Cerundolo up against the defending champion on the men's side. He is serving at 5-6, but he has at least won the first point on his serve to get to 15-love. Coming up on this court, the court number 1, that is, after Andreeva and Siniakova, will be Maria Sakkari and Iga Swiatek. We will have a watch along for that, so please hit that like button, and of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Backhand from Cerundolo clips the net and comes back down on his side, so 15-all. Right now, Jack Draper is 3 points away from a very impressive straight sets win. Hijikata serving at 3-4 in the second set. Bencic has a game point for 4-1. Andreeva has saved the break point, so they're now back to deuce in what is turning into an epic game here. The third game in the second set. 1-game-all. Second serve here for Draper to look at. Run around forehand return is pretty big, and it's put him in charge of the point. Draper probably wins the point from here. Just slightly up in this rally. After some good depth on some of his shots. Maybe at neutral right now. That wind is moving that ball around quite a bit. Wonderful backhand, though, there from Draper. And the forehand's going to go long from Cerundolo, meaning Jack Draper is 2 points away from the win. Siniakova is going to have another break point on the Mirra Andreeva serve. Hijikata 3-4, 30-love. And Bencic does indeed hold. So she leads 4-1 against Elise Mertens in the first set over on court number 4. Just about 24 minutes on the clock there, the change of ends. Cerundolo, by the way, at 15-30, does indeed get us to 30-all after a miss hit on the forehand from Jack Draper. But nevertheless, Jack is still 2 points away from the win. If he was to win the next point, he would have a match point, but he doesn't win the next point. Cerundolo gets us to 40-30, and therefore the Argentinian is now 1 point away from taking us into a second set tiebreak. This game between Andreeva and Siniakova has been going on for what feels like forever. Let me know where in the world you are tuning in from, by the way, to watch these matches today. I'm in Bonn in Western Germany. I'd love to know in the live chat where you are. Let me know in the live chat where you are and click return. I'm in Germany. I know we have someone in from Trinidad watching this match. I know Matthew's in the UK, unless he's on holiday. Andreeva with a nice volley there to get us to game point. For a 2-1 lead for Mirra. Cerundolo has a game point to take us to a tiebreak. But can he take us to a tiebreak? Forehand here from Cerundolo into the backhand of Draper. Forehand from Cerundolo, but he's going to miss it, so we're at deuce. Backhand return from Draper is good. Backhand from Cerundolo is just over the net. My goodness me. Now Cerundolo is going to hit a forehand. He's going to go long. I think that wind is playing havoc at the moment. And as a result, we have a match point for Jack Draper. Okay, I'm going to talk you through this. Match point for Jack Draper. Serve down the tee. Forehand from Cerundolo is going to go wide. Jack Draper does indeed get over the line. 6-1, 7-5. Fran Cerundolo was serving for the second set. He was also up an early break in the second set, but it is ultimately Jack Draper who gets the job done on the Cerundolo serve. A very impressive straight sets win to set up a round of 16 clash with Novak Djokovic. Very impressive today from the Brit. Raced away in that first set with a 32-minute 6-1 win, breaking every single Fran Cerundolo serve bar one, broke him 3 times in that first set. Fran was never comfortable on serve today. He'll look to have better luck in Miami, where he has had some good runs, including a semi-final run in the past. But today was not his day, but it very much was Jack Draper's. By the way, the wind was playing an effect today, I think, for both players, including some of those last points where we saw both sort of struggling at times. And there was an unforced error on the forehand side from Fran in particular, with the wind playing havoc. But it is Jack Draper with an impressive result, I would say, and performance, to be fair to the Brit. His title defense is still on track, but it's going to get tougher from here on in as he plays Novak Djokovic in the next round. Let's have a look at some of the stats. Performance rating for Draper, 8.0. Fran Cerundolo was really off it today, 6.9. Serve quality from Drac was 8, and 40% of his serves were unreturned. 67% of his first serves landed in, and he won 79% of those. So a very good serving day from Drac, but also a poor return day, I would suggest, from Fran Cerundolo. In fact, his return quality, as we can see, 5.9. Very underwhelming. Both players doing very well at the net, I would suggest. But off the wings, 29 unforced errors for Fran, most of which on the forehand side. As I say, the wind didn't really help either player, but Fran seemed to struggle with it a lot more than Jack, particularly as Jack was hitting that ball just that little bit harder. Under 9 shot rallies were very much going the way of Jack. And as I say, at the net, both players doing very well. Fran winning 7 out of 7 points there, and Jack Draper winning 5 from 6 at the net. The title defense is still on. And from Jack Draper's perspective, given the difficulty of his opponent today, but also the fact that he's still coming back to the tour from an injury situation, I think must please Jack immensely. And it does see him through to the next round. Okay. Oh, you're in the Philippines, Rufan. 5:45 where you are. Okay. Do get voting in our poll, by the way, as to who you think is going to win. So, Draper through, joining fellow Brit Cam Norrie in the round of 16, who beat Alex de Minaur early on today. Belinda Bencic, by the way, 4-2, 15 love, she leads. Hijikata is serving to stay in the match against Alexander Bublik. So let's tune in to that particular clash right now. Four five, Hijikata serving to stay in the match. Okay, here we go. Hijikata with the forehand into the forehand of Bublik. Forehand Hijikata into the backhand of Bublik. We haven't had any breaks of serve yet in this match so far. It's a good backhand cross court from Hijikata, and Bublik can't deal with it. So, 15 love. Fifteen all though. So technically, Bublik 3 points away from the win. Meanwhile, Mirra Andreeva has a break point to go up, has set in a break over Siniakova. Hijikata now 30-15. We will have Taylor Fritz coming up against Alex Michelsen shortly. Okay. Good return there from Bublik. He's into the rally right now, but I think he's gone long with that backhand he has. 40-15. Siniakova saved the break point, by the way. Just a reminder that Jack Draper and Cam Norrie matches today. So the Brits are safely through in straight sets. Two former champions in the desert. Hijikata here, 40-30. One of the game points has come and gone. Okay. 5 games all. Hijikata holds. So, love 15 as well here on the Bublik serve. Welcome to those of you just joining in who want to know about Taylor Fritz and Alex Michelsen. They will be taking to the court for their match very shortly. That is on court number 2. Well, we've just seen Jack Draper beat Fran Cerundolo. Siniakova has a game point for 2 all. And Bencic is applying pressure to the Mertens serve once again. 2-5, that is the score there. But Mertens serving at 2-5, 15-30. Meanwhile, Bublik here under a bit of pressure on his serve at 5 games all. But it is 40-30 now, the Bublik serve. And Bublik does hold for 6-5. Interesting location for that plaster that seems to be sticking the shoes together for, I think, Rinky Hijikata. A bit of tape there on the shoe to stop it from falling apart. Kind of comical. We have some break points on the Mirra Andreeva serve. Okay, 15 love here for Hijikata. And Siniakova gets the break on the serve of Mirra Andreeva. A double break in the first, but wasn't able to take advantage of that situation because she ended up losing the first set. Okay, Hijikata here serving to stay in the match, 5-6, but he is up 30-15 on his serve. Belinda Bencic has won the first set over Elise Mertens, 6-2. Comfortably the better player there over that first set, which lasted just a little under 40 minutes. Mikkelsen and Fritz just entering the court ahead of their match on Stadium 2. Siniakova leads 3-2 with a break. Hijikata here trying to get to a tie break, 40-15. Matthew here thinks that, oh, I've got the music on. Sorry, I'm going to turn it off. Thank you, producer Matthew. Yeah, she does have issues, I think, at the moment, doesn't she, Matthew? I wonder if her and Conchita Martinez are going to go their separate ways at some point this season. Hijikata has forced a tiebreak against Bublik. Okay, we're in the tiebreak here. Bublik on top of this point, should win it with a smash, and does. 1-0, Alexander Bublik. So Hijikata serving 0-1. Siniakova serving 3-2, love 30. Bencic is serving at the beginning of the second set against Elise Mertens, has 40-15 on her serve. Hijikata eases himself into a 2-1 lead, but Siniakova is going to have to save 3 break points now at love 40. Can she do so? She's missed the first one, Andreeva. Missed the first break point opportunity, so 15-40. Okay, 2-1 Hijikata. Backhand now into the forehand of Bublik. Backhand Hijikata goes cross-court into the backhand, which is going to be a drop shot from Bublik, but Hijikata is going to get there. Now, can he get the pass? What a volley from Hijikata. Sensational. 3-1. What unbelievable hands there at the net. Has Siniakova got this break? No, she hasn't. Not yet. 30-40. Nice pass there from Mirra Andreeva. And Andreeva breaks back. So they are now on serve once again. Meanwhile, Hijikata, mini break advantage 4-2, change of ends. Mirra Andreeva, Siniakova, 3 games all in the second set. Mirra Andreeva won the first set by 6 games to 4. Mirra has been down a break already in this set on one occasion, but she's broken back. And in the first set, she was down a double break. She's got 3 game points now, Mirra, for 4-3. Meanwhile, Hijikata is up 5-2 in the tiebreak, and it's now 6-2. So 4 set points here for Rinky Hijikata. Mirra Andreeva was held for 4-3. And Bencic has held serve at the beginning of the second set against Elise Mertens. Mertens has a game point to make it 1 game all. The first set point has come and gone, though. So we are at 6-3 now. Hijikata, Bublik. Welcome to you if you're just tuning in from the Philippines, where I know it's very early in the morning. So 6-3, Hijikata here serving. 3 set points. 1 set point has come and gone. Good serve down the tee, but Bublik does well to get a racket on it. Good defending here from Bublik. Now it's a smash for Hijikata, and he puts it away. Bublik does a racket smash. He is furious. Hijikata wins the second set by 7-6. It looks like members of Hijikata's team are laughing at that, but I think that's members of his team laughing at that racket smash from Bublik. That was a hell of a racket smash from Bublik. And it's 7-6. That's 2 tiebreaks we've had, and we're going the distance in this Hijikata Bublik encounter. Will we go the distance in Mirra Andreeva against Kateřina Siniaková? I don't think we will. I think Mirra Andreeva will probably get this done in straights, but we'll see. Taylor Fritz and Mickelson are warming up. Taylor Fritz will serve first in that encounter. Bublik, Hijikata going 3 sets. Mertens and Bencic are 1 game all in the second set. Bencic won the first set by 6-2. So that has brought you up to date with all things singles tennis in Indian Wells. Ghosty there saying Vamos. Insert whoever you wish here. You can do it. Hello, Ghosty. How are you? Make sure you hit that like button. And wonderful to have you on board today. Okay, so Siniakova here serving 3-4, 15 all. $15.30. So, bit of pressure here for Siniakova now on her serve at 15.30. Bublik is back on court. Siniakova comes into the net. Is Mirra Andreeva going to pass her? She is. 15.40. 2 break points for Mirra Andreeva. She takes one of the next 2 points. She'll be serving for the match. Can she get the break of serve, Mirra Andreeva? First break point has come and gone, so it's 30-40. Siniakova on the attack, Mirra trying to defend. And Siniakova on top of the point and on top of the net, and she wins it, deuce. Hijikata and Bublik have just started their third set. Hijikata serving first, and he's love 15 down. Mertens has a break point on the Bencic serve. So that's 30-40. And Taylor Fritz and Alex Mickelson have just got underway. Taylor Fritz 40-30 up on his serve at the beginning of the match. Yeah, I know. What a start for Fritz there with 3 aces. That was an old-fashioned racket smash from Bublik too, Matthew, yeah. For those of you just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Game point now for Siniakova to make it 4 games all. Okay, so Mirra Andreeva here. Siniakova does indeed hold for 4 games all. Saved 2 break points impressively. Andreeva at the net. She should lose this point. Almost won it with a reaction volley there, but doesn't. Love 15. Hijikata here at 30 all. Oh, love 40 now on the Andreeva serve here, by the way. So this could be an interesting moment. They're into the rally, but Siniakova's gone long, so it's 15-40. Been a bit of a break fest, this one. Hijikata has held for 1 love. Now, can she get the break, Siniakova? Yes, she can. Andreeva goes long, so Siniakova's going to serve for the second set, 5-4. And this match has had a lot of twists and turns. Alex Mikkelsen has held for 1 game all, by the way. Bublik here up 30 love on his serve. And Elise Mertens gets the break at the beginning of the second set. So she leads by 2-1 with a break on Belinda Bencic. They might be going 3, therefore. Are we going to go 3 sets with Mirra Andreeva and Siniakova? I confidently predicted a straight sets win for Mirra Andreeva, and it was looking that way at 15-40 a couple of games ago when she had 2 break points to therefore serve for the match. But she couldn't take either of those break points. Siniakova dominating some of the points. And then immediately afterwards, Siniakova goes and breaks Mirra Andreeva, and now she will serve for the second set. Bublik here, love 130 love. Bublik is passed, so it's 30 all. Can Siniakova serve this out and take us to a third set? over the defending champion. Forehand here from Bublik goes into the net, so it's going to be a break point for Hijikata already. Mind you, it's love 15 on the Siniakova serve. And it is going to be love 30 now. Plenty of wind there on that Stadium 1 court. Hijikata squanders the breakpoint opportunity. And squander being the operative word, because he really had a chance to win that point. But it is deuce. Second serve here at deuce between Bublik and Hijikata. And Andreeva puts the smash away, and it's love 40. Hijikata with another break point at love 1 on the Bublik serve. Backhand from Siniakova into the backhand of... Oh, and Siniakova dumps a backhand in the net, and we are back on serve. 5 games all. This is a match that keeps on delivering in what has been a break fest thus far. Mikkelsen gets the early break on Taylor Fritz, leads 2-1. And Bencic has broken back against Elise Mertens. Okay, so that brings you up to date with where we are at. Mikkelsen up an early break on Taylor Fritz. Bencic and the Mertens are back on serve. There was an early break for Mertens in this second set, but Bencic has broken back. Siniakova was serving for that second set, but got broken back. And Bublik has saved a couple of break points and now has a game point of his own until he puts that backhand into the net. So we are at deuce in this Bublik match. Okay, Mirra Andreeva here serving 5-all, 30-15. Bublik saves a couple of break points and holds for 1 game all. So Hijikata, 1 game all in the deciding set. Mirra Andreeva, Siniakova, 5-all, 30-all now on the Mirra serve. Hijikata here serving 1-all, 15-all. We've got a break point for Siniakova, though. Can she take it? Volley at the net. Doesn't do as well as she would like. And Mirra Andreeva punishes her. Really, you'd expect Siniakova, an expert in doubles, to do better with that volley. (40-15) here for Hijikata, 1-game-all. And Andreeva hits an ace to get to advantage on her serve. Game point for Mirra Andreeva to get to 6-5. And Bublik wins that point. It gets to 40-30 as he takes the applause from the crowd. And Andreeva holds for 6-5. Mickelson trying to consolidate the break. He's at deuce. Merton's now in trouble at 2-3, love 30. And Hijikata does indeed hold for 2-1. So, up to date, Siniakova serving to stay in the match at 5-6. Hijikata and Bublik are on serve in the deciding set. Bencic has 3 break points on the Merton serve to go up a set and a break. Mickelson has a game point to get to 3-1 in the first set over Taylor Fritz. Siniakova and Andreeva are on a change of ends, as are Hijikata and Bublik. Big question now is, can Mickelson hold? Yes, he can. He's up 3-1 after 15 minutes. So, Alex Mickelson leads by a break on Taylor Fritz in the All-American Affair on Stadium 2. Meanwhile, on Stadium 4, we have 3 break points for Belinda Bencic. Can she take one of these break points to give herself a healthy set and a break advantage? Yes, she can at the first time of asking. 1 hour and 6 minutes on the clock on Stadium 4, and Bencic is up by a set and a break. She has 1 foot in the round of 16. Stephen, hi, how are you? 6 p.m. in New York City. He wants to hear my voice, it seems. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit share as well, and you can share this stream with other people. Love 30 here on the Bublik serve. And love 30 on the... Oh, sorry, 30 love on the Siniakova serve. Andreeva comes into the net. There's a net cord there favoring Siniakova. But Andreeva still... No, Siniakova a bit lucky there, actually, to win that point. 2 game points now for a tie break. Hijikata gets the break, leads 3-1 in the deciding set on Bublik. It's all falling apart. Meanwhile, Mirra Andreeva and Siniakova are going to a tiebreak. So Hijikata 3-1 leads with a break. Siniakova and Mirra Andreeva have begun their tiebreak. Andreeva served first and won the first point, so leads 1-0. Hijikata here, 15 love up on his serve. Meanwhile, 1-1, Mirra Andreeva against Siniakova. Mirra Andreeva serving here. Sorry, Siniakova serving at 1-1, my bad. Fifteen all here. Hijikata serving at 3-1, 15 all. Siniakova leads in the tiebreak by 2 points to 1 over Mirra Andreeva. Meanwhile, Mikkelsen leads 3-2 with a break, and Bencic is looking to run away with this match against Mertens. She leads 4-2 in the second set. Hijikata here, though, under a little bit of pressure here on his serve at 15-30. Meanwhile, the tiebreak, we have a mini break advantage for Kateřina Siniakova. She leads 3-1. $30 all now between Hijikata and Bublik here at 3-1. And Siniakova is looking a bit disappointed with that last point that she's lost. So that's 3-2 now. Hijikata with a game point for 4-1. And Siniakova leads 4-2 at the change of ends. Hijikata holds 4-1 with a smash. Meanwhile, Mirra Andreeva here is in a bit of trouble in this second set tiebreak. Siniakova's second serve at 4-2. Okay, so Mirra Andreeva now has raced into a 5-4 lead in this tiebreak. She was down 4-2, but 3 points in a row sees her not too bad now. 2 points away from the win. Body serve there from Mirra. Backhand to backhand right now. Mirra Andreeva defending as only she can. One of the best defenders in the world. But she goes long there, and it's 5-all. Bublik here, 40-30 on his serve to get to 4-2. Oh, we've got a set point for Siniakova here. We're into the rally. Forehand from Siniakova. Good depth there. But Andreeva's dealing with it. Andreeva with a drive volley and misses the drive volley. Siniakova wins the second set. Andreeva's thrown a racket in frustration. Not the first time we've seen that kind of response from Mirra Andreeva. And so we're going to the third set in this Mirra Andreeva Kateřina Siniakova match. Isaac thinks that Bublik will win. I'm not so sure. He's down 4-2 in this deciding set. Come on, Fritz, by the way. We've got a Taylor Fritz fan here. He is down a break 4-3. Belinda Bencic, by the way, is 2 points away from sealing the deal against Elise Mertens. She leads 6-2, 5-2, Belinda Bencic. And Mertens is serving to stay in the match at 2-5. And we're going to have a match point for Belinda Bencic. Match point, Belinda Bencic. An hour and 18 minutes on the clock. Mertens was up an early break in this second set, but Bencic has been dominant thereafter. Mirra Andreeva and Siniakova are going to a third set. Mikkelsen leads 4-3 with a break over Taylor Fritz, and Hijikata is up 4-2, 30-15 in the deciding set. Mertens saves that match point, by the way. Look at that reaction there from Mirra Andreeva. She's furious with missing that drive volley. It's a double fault from Hijikata that got us to 30-15, by the way. So Andreeva and Siniakova are about to start their deciding set. Hijikata 40-30 on his serve at 4-2. And Hijikata holds. One game away now is the Australian from upsetting Alexander Bublik. Mertens, by the way, fended off those match points and has held. So Bencic now serving for the match at 5-3. Mikkelsen is one game away from winning the first set over Taylor Fritz. And Siniakova holds at the beginning of the deciding set. Do hit that like button, by the way. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. So, Bublik serving to stay in the match at 2-5. And he's love 15 down as well, as Hijikata fights for every single ball. Ooh, he nearly caught that smash as well, but 15 all. Okay, so Hijikata now serving for the match. So 5-3, Hijikata serving here. And it's love 15 on the Hijikata serve. So an interesting way to begin this service game. Two hours and 31 minutes on the clock. $15 all. Hijikata Bublik. Mickelson serving for this first set. And by the way, breaking news. Belinda Bencic is through. She has beaten Elise Mertens 6-2, 6-3 in a scoreline that is as comfortable as that suggests. So she moves on through, does Belinda Bencic. It was a very comfortable scenario. She was down an early break in the second set, but she broke back pretty quickly and ended up moving away. She did have a match point as well on her opponent's serve before ultimately getting over the line, losing just 5 games across the 2 sets. Was just too strong today for Elise Mertens. And she moves on through in the desert. Okay. What's going on? We've got Mirra Andreeva serving at 1-2. We've got 2 set points for Alex Michelsen to win the first set over Taylor Fritz. And we've got some match points now for Rinji Hijikata after Bublik nets 2 match points for the Australian to seal the deal and upset Alexander Bublik. Interesting times now. Good serve out wide from Hijikata, but he's going to miss that volley, 40-30. Oof, went for the serve volley there. I wonder if that's a sign of his anxiety. And we are now at deuce. 2 match points coming and going for Unji Hijikata. Alex Mikkelsen has sealed the deal, won the first set over Taylor Fritz by 6 games to 4. So the 2022 champ on the ropes right now. Down a set to his fellow American Alex Mikkelsen. We've had wins today for Brits Cam Norrie and Jack Draper, 2 former champs as well. They are through. Hijikata's going to have another match point here at 5-3. Good serve down the tee. Can Hijikata now get over the line for a surprise win over Bublik? Serves. Backhand return from Bublik is pretty good, but so's Hijikata's forehand. And that goes long from Bublik. Hijikata hands to the air. 6-3 in the deciding set. He is through. So, Hijikata shouts, "Come on," as he proceeds in the desert. And Bublik goes off to lick his wounds. He is out. Hijikata proceeds. Bublik thumbs up to the crowd, but from that second set onwards, he wasn't at the races. We saw the reaction from him at the end of that second set when he did an epic racket smash. And Bublik exits somewhat early, round of 32. In the desert. Some of the stats, by the way. Performance rating, well, nip and tuck, 7.5 for Bublik, 7.6 for Hijikata. The serve quality, Bublik won that scenario with an 8.8 serve quality compared to 7.9 of Hijikata. Bublik, 41% of his serves were unreturned, but on the second serve, Bublik winning just 44% of his second serves. Plus, his returns were not great today. And in fact, he was not able to get a single break point on the Hijikata serve. He, of course, won the first set on a tie break. In terms of unforced errors off the 2 wings today, we had 45 unforced errors. That's just from the forehand and the backhand from Bublik today. And he only won 10 of his 16 points at the net. And ultimately, it's Hijikata who proceeds. Okay. Hijikata's going to play Cam Nori in the 4th round. After Cam Nori came through Alex de Minaur in straight sets today. Cam Nori, of course, a former champ in the desert in 2021. Good to see a lot of you joining us today. Stephen and Ghosty there. Ghosty loving Mirra's passion. Mirra Andreeva here 2-2 with Siniakova in the deciding set. Mickelson and Fritz have just started their second set. Mickelson won the first set. And we will shortly have Valentin Vachereau against Casper Ruud. We'll have a live watch along for that on the channel as well. That's what's been an epic day of tennis in the desert. Wins for the Brits, Jack Draper and Cam Nori today, both in straight sets. Hijikata now talking. I'm going to switch over to the Mirra Andreeva Siniakova match on my big screen at least. Two games all they are, and it's 30 all on the Siniakova serve. I see Mickelson coming into the net here as he serves at love 1, 15 all. Interesting moment here for Siniakova, Mirra Andreeva. It was a bit of breakfast across the first two sets. Siniakova serving for it, but couldn't get over the line in the second set, but then ultimately won it on a tiebreak by 7 points to 5, prompting Mirra to throw her racket in disgust. Game point now for Siniakova, 40-30. Good serve there for Mickelson for a serve +1 winner to get to 30-15. All here on the Mickelson serve. And now we're going to have a break point for Mirra Andreeva. Advantage for her on the Siniakova serve. 2 hours and 20 minutes on the clock. When this match concludes, we will have, wonderful forehand winner there from Mickelson, by the way. We will have Maria Sakkari come up against Iga Swiatek. That is next on this court. Mickelson holds for 1-all. Kruger and Svitolina are warming up. Siniakova saves that break point. One all Fritz Mickelson, 15 love for Taylor. So Fritz 1-all, 30 love. Weird bounce, says Stephen. Fritz holds for 2-1. Just to let you know, Hijikata upset Bublik today. Okay, Hijikata stuns Bublik with 3-set win in Indian Wells to set up Norrie clash. Do we like that for a title? As we look at some of the fans enjoying the hospitality on offer. Okay, backhand here from Mickelson is going to miss. So it's 15-all on his serve. Meanwhile, this game is epic between Mirra and Andreeva and Siniakova. Kruger and Svitolina just getting underway over on Stadium 4. And Valentin Vacherot and Casper Ruud are about to take the court. $30-all here on the Mickelson serve at 1-2. Is Mickelson going to have to fend off a break point? It was a runaround forehand return from Fritz, which is pretty good. That backhand from Taylor is also pretty good. So is that backhand, but Mickelson fighting. He's not going to get that forehand winner, though, from Fritz. And it's going to be a break point for Taylor Fritz. Miro Andreeva finally gets the break. Wow, that game was epic. But it is Miro Andreeva who breaks the Siniakova serve, and she leads 3-2. Now, we do know that breaks don't mean a huge amount at the moment today, given that we've had a lot of them in this match. And often we've seen swings, including in that first set. Remember, Siniakova was up a double break in the first set. Mickelson saves the break point, gets the juice. It's an ace there, Mickelson, to get to 1-2 and his advantage. Mickelson serving here 1-2. Game point. Backhand return from Taylor Fritz. Backhand there from Mickelson's pretty good. They're just exchanging backhands, feeling each other out. Taylor changes direction into the forehand of Mickelson. Now they're hitting the forehands pretty hard, and that Mickelson forehand's really good. Is he going to follow up with another good one? Yes, he is. He holds for 2-all. And Mirra Andreeva, of course, is under pressure on her serve at 15:30, 2.5 hours on the clock. 3-2, she leads. Have we heard any news on Djokovic, whether he's going to pull out of his doubles match alongside Tsitsipas? As we welcome those of you tuning in for Casper Ruud against Valentin Vacherot, the Monegasque who won an ATP Masters 1000 title last year in Shanghai. He's going to be coming up against the 3-time Grand Slam champion Casper Ruud. The winner of this could potentially play Carlos Alcaraz in the next round. Alcaraz has got to beat Rinderknecht. We're going to have 2 breakback points here for Siniakova. And now Taylor Fritz, by the way, love 30 down on his serve. And Siniakova does indeed get the break back. This is the match that just keeps on giving. 3-all there in the deciding set. Mickelson beat, by the way, 3 break points on the Taylor Fritz serve. 6-4. Mickelson won the first set. It's 2-all in the second. But Fritz serving at love 40. Vacherot and Ruud are on the court warming up. Oh dear, Mirra Andreeva. She had a short ball there that she couldn't deal with, and she dumped that forehand into the net. And as a result, we're back on serve. Taylor saves the first break point, by the way, against Mickelson. He saved the second as well. So we're back to 30-40 there. Or we're at 30-40 there, I should say. So 3-all. Mirra Andreeva. Oh, and Andreeva's missed that backhand as well. It's just all falling apart right now for Mirra. 15 love. Although Siniakova now is the one who's going to cut a frustrated figure as it becomes 15-all. Smash here for Andreeva. She's just going to get that in. Now Siniakova's at the net and she's going to be past. 15-30. I say passed. I mean, she did get a racket on it. But ultimately, Mirra Andreeva wins the point. Okay, Siniakova to serve here at 15:30 down the tee. That was a miss-hit forehand return, but it doesn't matter. We're into the rally here. Siniakova fighting. Can she get this one? She can, but it's going to be a drive volley. And look at that miss. And look at the reaction from Mirra Andreeva. You just knew that it's going to be a toughie because she's already on set point. She missed a horrible drive volley. And I'm telling you now, this is turning into a rough year so far for Mirra. In fact, it's been a rough, probably 12 months since winning the title in Indian Wells last year. Okay, we're into the rally here. Still 30 all and still Siniakova in trouble, and she's put that forehand into the net. So she's in much bigger trouble now. Vachereau will serve first against Casper Ruud. Kruger's up an early break on Svitolina, by the way, leads 2-love. Break point here for Mirra Andreeva. Decent return from her. Great backhand up the line, though, from Siniakova to get us to deuce. How she would dearly love to improve her singles CV to something close to what it is for Mickelson. If you're just tuning in, please do hit subscribe. Fam Soldier 21 here saying he's a big fan of Mickelson. Mel, though, is pretty sure that Fritz is losing this set and therefore the match, I guess. She's going to win the Berlin Open, says Stephen, regarding Siniakova. And she's going to have a game point here. And Fritz has 3 break point back. Break point back. He's got 3 break points to get it back on serve against Alex Mickelson. Siniakova holds for 4-3. After a... Can I call that return rubbish from Mirra Andreeva? I mean, it was rubbish. Kruger and Svitolina are back on serve, by the way. Svitolina's broken back, so that's 2-1, but they are on serve. And Fritz, by the way, talking of being back on serve, 3 break points, but the first is saved by Alex Mickelson. And Vachereau and Casper Ruud are just underway. 3 on Stadium 3, 15 all with Vachereau serving first. Can Casper Ruud get to the round of 16? Just wondering if he's ever been in the quarters in the desert. I'm not sure he'll be getting to the quarters this year because Carlos Alcaraz is potentially in the way for both these two players. Siniakova holds. And look at that scream there from Mirra Andreeva. She's cutting a very frustrated figure. Mickelson saved another break point. So it's 30-40 over on Stadium 2 in that All-American clash as they hit the 1 hour and 2 minute mark there. This match, by the way, for Mirra Andreeva and Siniakova may well reach the 3 hour mark. We'll see. They're at 2 hours, 35 minutes right now. Iga Swiatek and Maria Sakkari waiting patiently because they will be taking the court at the conclusion of this match. And Mickelson saves another break point. That back to deuce. For those of you just tuning in, by the way, do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. We have just hit the 26,700 subscriber mark. Yep, she's pretty annoyed, is Mirra Andreeva right now. Double fault from her. Love 15. Deary me. Okay. So love 15 here becomes... Is she going to miss that, Siniakova? Or is that going to land in? No, she misses it. 15 all. $15.30 now, though, on the Andreeva serve. Do hit that like button. And, of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Also, get voting in our poll as to who you think is going to win. Get to 30 all now. We've got polls for all our matches. Okay, backhand here from Siniakova into the forehand of Andreeva. That lob from Andreeva, though, is going to miss. So 30-40, break point for Kateřina Siniaková. And if she was to get the break point, she would be serving for the match. 30-40. How's this one going to pan out? Forehand from Mirra Andreeva. Clips the net. I think she's going to be lucky here. I think she might be lucky, Mirra Andreeva, to win this point. Oh, my goodness me. That net cord. She does apologize for it. But boy, oh boy, what a stroke of luck there for Mirra Andreeva. That completely changed the nature of that point. But still, Mirra reacted pretty well in terms of, I mean, she had to react a bit less than Siniakova. Anyway, deuce it is. Ace down the tee, bringing up game point for Mirra. Remember, this is a title defense for her because she won the title last year, coming from a set down against Aryna Sabalenka to win the title. But we are back to deuce. And it's going to be a second serve here for Siniakova to look at. To the rally here. Andreeva goes long, so we've got another break point for Kateřina Siniaková. Chop back return. Forehand from Andreeva goes into the net. Siniakova gets the break, making up for that net cord that went against her. So maybe she deserves that. And now she will serve for the match. Pretty exhausted, but she will serve for the match. Backhand winner, is that? No, but it doesn't matter for Mirra Andreeva. It was a great backhand cross court that Siniakova couldn't deal with. So we're at love 15. Indeed, what a shot that was. Love 30 now. He knew this just wouldn't be easy. I mean, we've just had so many breaks of serve today that nothing is easy. Ruud and WATCHALONG on serve, by the way, at the early stages of their match. And Svitolina and Kruger are 2 games all. 15-30 here. Siniakova serving for the match. 15-30. Make sure you hit that like button, by the way. Oh, good forehand there, but well defended by Siniakova. Can she defend this? Yes, she can. Forehand Andreeva. Can Siniakova defend this? Yes, she can. Forehand Andreeva. Can Siniakova? Yes, she can. Can she defend this? Now it's going to be a smash for Mirra Andreeva, and she puts it away for 15-40. Still fighting, defending, trying to defend her title. Mikkelsen leads 4-2, by the way, in the second set over Fritz. He's 2 games away from upsetting the 2022 champ. Fritz has just held, though, so it does get to 4-3. 2 break points here for Mirra Andreeva. And Andreeva misses the return there, so 30-40. Hi, Jane. Okay, we're into the rally here. Oh, and Andreeva's missed that. Deary me. Woo. So we're back to deuce, or we're at deuce, I should say. 2 break points there for Mirra Andreeva have come and gone. Okay, forehand slice here from... oh, what a backhand cross court that is. And Mirra Andreeva gets another break point as a result. What a backhand cross court that was. Now into the rally here. Good shot up the line there. Siniakova defends really well. And the backhand from Andreeva goes into the net. So we are now at deuce. Andreeva here. Deuce. She's had 3 break points in this game. Remember, Iga Swiatek against Maria Sakkari coming up at the end of this match. Oh, what a volley that Oh, no, it's just landed back on her side. I thought it had gone over the net from Mirra Andreeva, but we're going to have a match point, and it's our first match point now for Kateřina Siniakova. What a win this would be over the defending champ. Okay, we're into the rally here on match point. Great depth there from Siniakova. Backhand now from defended by Siniakova. Forehand from Mirra Andreeva. Forehand to forehand right now. Good depth there from Mirra. Oh, it's a net cord. And it's going to be a net cord in favor of Siniakova on match point. Mirra Andreeva can't believe it. Her title defense is over at the round of 32 stage. But she did get a net cord in her favor at a really important moment just a few moments ago. But Siniakova can't believe it. She knocks out the reigning champion in Indian Wells. And I think it's deserved. She was up a double break in the first set and saw that come and go. The second set was nip and tuck. And Mirra Andreeva shouts something. I don't know if it's towards the crowd or whether it's towards her team, but she loses. 4-6, 7-6, 6-3 is the win for Kateřina Siniakova today, and she is super emotional after that dramatic win. Look at the tears there of joy, though, ultimately, because she has proceeded to the next round. She does apologize for the net cord that she got on match point, but she's through to the round of 16. What do we make of that win? Was Siniakova lucky? Well, match point she was lucky, yeah. But in general, look at the way she threw a racket away, by the way, there, Mirra Andreeva. And I think it's been a rough year since winning the title in Indian Wells last year. And she wears her heart on her sleeve, none more so than in that loss at the French Open, I would say, to Boisson. And in particular, since then, things have not looked great. Okay, here's Siniakova to talk.
Single trick you have in the book in order to win today. First, let's talk about why this win means so much to you. Very emotional.
Definitely very emotional. You know, I don't feel any part of my body, so I just kept fighting, and I don't believe it. I don't know what to say.
Can't believe it.
Never played her before. She's a defending champion. She comes out here. Was it experience? Was it finesse? Was it the fact that you're the #1 doubles player in the world and you had to come up with plan B, plan C? What do you think was the key today?
For me, definitely the key was to enjoy it. You know, I had no
Key to winning was enjoying it.
I know that feeling, so I really enjoyed to be on the other side, and I was just trying to fight every point, you know, change the rhythm and just give her as much as ball to the other side, and I think I did really great job, so I'm really proud.
You should be proud, and they love you here in Indian Wells. You've been a champion here in doubles, and now a very serious contender in singles. Kateřina Siniakova, way to go. Let's hear it for everybody.
Doesn't do a great job on her pronunciation, but doesn't matter. Siniakova will not care one iota as she proceeds after a 3-set epic over the defending champ. So the title defense for Mirra Andreeva, yeah, is over. The round of 32 stage, as I say, it's not been the best of 12 months for her since winning the title in the desert a year ago. And Siniakova can take all the plaudits in what was a deserved win. Double break advantage she had in the first set. She was up 3-love, but that came and went. And once that they were back on serve, yeah, it did seem like Mirra was going to win that match and win it in straight sets. I thought she'd win it in straights, but no. Siniakova served for the second set, couldn't do it. So that meant we went to a tie break, and then Siniakova won that tie break. But what position? Where is Mirra Andreeva at mentally right now? Do let me know in the comment section. And yeah, it is Siniakova who progresses, but deservedly so. but she did win it on a net cord. 4-6, 7-6, 6-3. Some stats, by the way, in that match. 37 winners for Mirra Andreeva, just 27 for Siniakova. Siniakova, by the way, in terms of her doubles prowess, not too great in terms of points won at the net, just 50%, 9 from 18. And she also hit quite a few errors as well. But she proceeds to the next round. So hats off to her. And we will, of course, be having a watch-along now for Iga Swiatek against Maria Sakkari. In the meantime, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.